people, even though I tweeted on X, stream is public. Man, only 18 likes. Something is wrong with the X algo anyway these days, guys. I remember having way more engagement. Maybe it's because I wasn't active that the engagement went down. I know it happens when you are not much active. It goes down, but then when you start posting more again, it goes up real fast. So when I am more active, this will increase. But I see in 1 hour only 18 likes is crazy. Engagement all time low. Yes, brother, that's also one point because of the market conditions. People are so fed up right now that a stream and so on is not what they want to see right now. Free stream, market update, usually that would be, something that people would like to attend. Maybe if I invited someone to talk about any other topic like Epstein or about Iran or so, if I invited some guests like that and done such a stream on X, that would probably have a lot of more impact. But people don't want to see charts and Bitcoin at the moment, I think. Really. Look at this, three people. Crazy. I even gave it here on my channel, starting stream now. And you got the notification, I guess. But no one, no one joined, guys. We have actually a lot of members, like 1K members in the group, even though not all are paid. Only a small part of them are paid members, but the stream is public. So every one of those 1K members can join. They get, notified. And we have nobody in the chat except Matthias, and the rest is team, basically. Sasha is team, like team almost. Adura, Crypto Pumps. Matthias, you are our only customer today. How are you? Hope you are good. You're the only regular person on the stream right now. Wow, amazing. Never seen such low activity. So I would say we wait a little bit, guys. Makes no sense. Let's wait 5 minutes and I announce it one more time. Because it makes no sense with only one person to make the stream, right? So let me announce it one more time. Stream. Streaming now. ETC. Oh yeah, maybe I can. Mm-mm-mm. Nope, wait, I like. Sweet, I know many members joined Earn Elite actually. I got notifications that many came. Malik, no problem, bro. Oh, okay, Matthias. So, how it works is usually that we have some more people on the stream and we discuss market updates, Bitcoin, and the altcoins, looking for trades, talking about strategies, trading strategies, TA, and so on. That's how it usually goes. But recently, since like 2 or 3 weeks, I remember the last few times we had really low engagement. It's probably because of the market situation right now that people are not really interested in watching things like this. I am good, PM. I am really fine. I came back from my little travel from Dubai and started fasting. Yeah, I broke my fasting like, yeah, 3 hours ago. It was easy. It's easy to fast right now. It's not like in summer. We have winter in Europe and it's only up to 6 p.m. the fasting. So it's not like in the summer where we fasted up to 10 p.m., didn't eat like for 20 hours in the summer. I remember like 10 years ago. That was a bit tough, but right now it's nothing. It's really easy. Yeah. It's good, brother. It's like detox for the body. I mean, I don't smoke during fasting, obviously. Nothing, no drinking, no smoking, nothing eating, and also no sex or things like that. So basically, nothing. You consume absolutely nothing from dawn until, the sun goes down. Yeah. And the thing is, you don't miss the smoking. Usually, on a normal, regular day, you know how it is. You cannot stay without cigarettes for a few hours. But when you fast, it's no problem, bro. You don't even think about it. Newly listed coins. Today, I thought about them, Sasha. As you know, I was not active recently. And the last time when I was active, as you remember, I was mainly focusing on the newly listed coins because they were not affected by the market downtrend that we have since a few weeks. Those coins were not affected, and basically the only ones that were performing good, right? So let me quickly check the gainers from today, and they are probably also newly listed coins. This is the Bybit watch list right now here. I clicked on daily change, so it shows me the daily gainers. And ESP is one of the gainers, and it's a newly listed coin, Sasha. So I see why you're asking, and uh, if I am checking those coins and considering, yes, I thought about them yesterday and today, and I'm between something, Sasha. I was considering to start trading only Bitcoin. That was my main edge until 2 years ago. I was only trading Bitcoin, only, and I was really good at it. If I only focus on Bitcoin, I'm really good at it, because altcoins are really annoying right now. But then we also have this thing with the newly listed coins that are really doing well when they do. So I could not decide if I should stick with only Bitcoin trading or also check these newly listed coins. I will probably do both, Tasha. So mainly I will trade Bitcoin, brother, and not check the other altcoins, but I will keep an eye at the newly listed coins, like this Bobo, for example. I think that is doable. It's not too much if I do that. Mainly focus on Bitcoin trading because also, as you know, we are starting the prop firm uh, section in the next days. I am right now discussing with them about the discount that we get and so on for the members. Today I got my code, my discount code for you guys. And the thing is, it's better to trade Bitcoin, Sasha. if you are trading for the prop firms and so on. But yeah, man, these newly listed coins are definitely worth watching. So I will do that, brother. I will keep an eye on them. And it was really nice, right? I think in December it was, where I caught many of them. High R trades, like 5R, 6R trades with the newly listed coins, with Night or Beat. But at some point they also started to be annoying. I mean, I remember we caught many of these moves here. Then there was Beat. We caught these moves here. This Bitcoin was moving like a heartbeat in that channel. And we longed it each time it came down here to this trend line, we longed it a few times, and each time it went up until it broke down here. Yeah, so yeah, brother. Newly listed coins definitely still on my list. Also, it's not a new thing for me, Sasha. I don't know if you watched the stream where I mentioned, where I explained that I am trading newly listed coins since a few years already on Bybit. I suggested them in 223. I made tweets about it. I said, guys, watch the newly listed coins at Bybit because they perform really good. And it is still, now after 3 years, it is still like that, brother. When the market is turning to shit, most coins do not perform well, then it's worth checking the newly listed coins because there you can still catch good trades. But as always, without any guarantee because they can also fail. Ideally, you wait until you get some good patterns because most of the times when you buy these coins after the listing, they make a pattern like this, a pattern like this, a fake breakout, and then they keep going down after that. But I see this was a trade that I think I was considering. Would have worked actually. Anyways, yeah. Today I want to discuss Bitcoin, guys. Price without any tools or without any complicated order heat map or yeah, without tools or anything, just a chart, just a price action. Because most of the times, in my opinion, all the tools that you can use, guys, are more noise helpful. You can basically find everything you need in the candles and in the chart. Okay. So yes, heat maps and so on, liquidity levels and so on, they can be helpful, but I personally do not use them actively as when I did that, when I tried that, I found that I see all the information that I get from them, that you can see that in the candles anyway, by the form of the candles, the POC levels and so on. You can see that in the form of the candles. For example, if you have a pin bar candle like this, you see that the strong buy is concentrated here at the top of the candle when the body closes like this. Here the wick goes down, but the buyers are stronger. That's why the candle closes like this here. It's a pin bar candle. Here the same. This wick went down, but the candle closed like this. Okay, it's a so-called pin bar candle, and this shows me that reversal is likely. Okay. Yesterday, shared my first Bitcoin trades, and the initial long was here. I shared that trade when price was After this reaction, guys, price came up and I suggested an entry down here, basically after sweeping these lows. Initially, that level gave a reaction, a small reaction. Let us mark that level and I will explain why I marked that level, guys. Look here, this was the entry that I suggested. 65200. Okay, start trading better soon. Today is also Trump speech. Iran war, I remember that. Yeah. Well, Bitcoin trading is basically, brother, if you are scalping, it doesn't matter. Okay. I'm speaking about, when I say Bitcoin trading, I'm speaking about scalping it. So small moves like this, up and down, up and down. That's what I did in the past. And I'm looking to get back into that. But to be good in that, obviously, you must focus on that and mainly do that, Sasha. If I check all the coins and do not check Bitcoin long enough every day, if I do not pay enough attention, then I will miss a few things which are essential to trade it properly with a high success rate. Okay, so why did I show this level? Because this level, guys, became resistance, as you can clearly see here, rejected. We can draw that as a so-called supply zone here, because that led to a new low here. When the price came into that resistance level, it rejected. Here we got some sweep, one sweep, the second sweep, another sweep, another sweep, then another sweep. A lot of sweeps, basically. I got stopped here, then I got stopped here, guys. Two stops and one at break even. So basically, two stops for Bitcoin yesterday that we realized. And today, I shared this entry when price was consolidating here. I did not do the same mistake to FOMO here. I expected another sweep. I did bet on that. I did bet on another sweep. That's why I gave this entry. I put my stop below previous demand zone, which was here, guys, below this low. I put my stop below that one. And it worked. Price wicked into my entry. Immediate nice reaction. And trade went up like 5R right now, but we took profits on the way up. That's why we realized like 3R, I think. So we did recover yesterday's lost trades and make a bit profit on top, ideally. Yeah, as I said, another reason, guys, why this is potentially resistance and why I wanted to take profit is because, guys, we had this low here, this low here. Then we had the sweep of that low, which is then, the level where people then try to buy, okay? The sweep and they try to buy here. So a lot of buys coming in here. You have to think about it like that. Here's a lot of buy orders coming in. But what happens is, oh, by the way, we also tried to buy here, right? We tried to long here. After the first long got stopped, we tried to buy here. And they made it go down a bit more. So that's why this level could be resistance. Could be, but it's not a strong resistance. It's a weak one. But still, I wanted to take profit because why? If we break this resistance, guys, this potentially level where it could get rejected, once we break this level, we have a nice spot where we can enter again. And I will show you that because this here right now, as I said, this is a supply zone. Look, we have a rally, base, rally. I mean, drop, base, drop, okay? Supply zone. If you don't know what I'm speaking about, supply zone is Yeah, it's a resistance level, a resistance zone, guys. And this is how you draw them. We have a drop, then a base formed, and then a drop that led to a lower low. Did this drop lead to a lower low? Yes, obviously. This was a low, and this supply zone led to a lower low, which is why it's a legit supply zone. Price now came into it, and one special thing about this supply zone is that it's a bearish engulfing zone. This here is a bearish engulfing candle, a strong one. And there is something special about these candles, guys. They are usually strong zones. When you have a big engulfing like this is a huge engulfing, then we consider this zone potentially as a stronger zone uh, than a supply zone which is not a bearish engulfing zone like this. So I will explain why this is important. Guys, if we break such a supply zone, which is a bearish engulfing zone, okay, if we break such a zone, then we can buy with high confidence, we can buy the supply zone, the bullish engulfing demand zone that led to the break of this bearish engulfing zone. It's a so-called chain entry. So we have this bearish engulfing supply zone, okay. If we break this, then we are looking for the bullish engulfing demand zone that led to the break of this supply zone, which is a bearish engulfing. So here we have one. This is a bullish engulfing demand zone. In case this leads to a higher high, this is a legit bullish engulfing rally-based rally demand zone, guys. So what can happen is that after it broke out here, guys, that it comes down and retests this zone. Okay, maybe it goes up to the yeah, a bit higher to fill the CME gap, then it comes down. So this is the first level that is interesting for us for longs. And the next level that is interesting for us is this one. So here we probably get a bounce, but this bounce can not lead to new highs. It might get rejected at this resistance, and then we would buy here. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, this is very possible, guys. And yeah, that's my plan for now. So watching for a breakout here. And by the way, I am leaning bullish here, guys. I think the chance that it breaks this supply zone is high. So regardless if I took profit of my long, as I said, my priority was to recover yesterday's two stop trades, which we now did. But despite that, I am leaning bullish here. I think the chance that we break out is high. So if anyone is still long, I know, Sasha, you were long. I see good chances that Bitcoin breaks out here. Let's open up some EMAs. Oh yeah, this is perfectly in confluence with the EMA. Currently, it's pushing against the 50-minute EMA 200, and once it flips it, once it breaks it, it would push up to the H1 EMA 200, where I am also here expecting resistance, right? And then it would come down to retest this EMA. As you see, this is perfectly in confluence here with the EMA. If I project them, if I would project the EMA like this, mess. I made a mess right now. Sorry. Really messy today, sorry. But yeah, just to show you, this is if I would now project the EMAs, continuation of the EMAs. So here, when Bitcoin breaks this current resistance, this current supply zone, it would break the H1 EMA 50 and then push towards the H1 EMA 200, which is the usual EMA where it then should show some reaction. It could get rejected there. Also fill the CME gap probably, which is at 68. And also here supply zone. Here is the next supply zone. On the high time frame like H4, this is the supply zone. So then once it get rejected, here is the demand zone also in confluence with the EMA that could be support one more time, and then we could reject another time. Yeah, this is the plan. This is how I will try to trade it. What is today? Tuesday, tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Mhm. Downtrend, as you can see, and this is still the current resistance here, 72K, actually 71,500. So yeah, this one is better. That's also now nicely in confluence with the EMA H4 EMA 200, right? Typical, this is a typical downtrend. Yeah, downtrend constellation. In case we break up here, then Bitcoin comes up to here. And then we would watch for the reclaim of this H4 EMA 200, which would not probably not happen overnight. So we might get a bit more sideways during March, guys. It can take some time, you know. And yesterday I shared a USDT um, dominance chart on X. According to that chart, it is also approaching all-time highs. And guys, this USDT dominance is basically the opponent of the crypto market. When people sell Bitcoin or altcoins, this chart goes up because when people sell, mostly they sell for stables, for Theta USDT. I mean also USDC, but I think USDT is still higher in in market cap. That's why this chart is essential to determine potential crypto market direction. So when we got rejected here in June 2022, we had a nice rally in crypto. Similarly here in October 22 and here in October 23. Similarly here in November, December 24, we had a massive alt season. So every time we had rejections like this, here on the USDT, we had nice bull phases in the market. So this is where the crypto market went into nasty downtrend here. October 10th, we all know that date, October 10th. Here, this is where our bearish market started. And now, since 4 months, we are basically going down only, right? But the good thing is, here, approaching potentially the level where we finally could reject, and I am optimistic about that, guys. This means Bitcoin is closer to bottom probably than, yeah, than what? Yeah, it has more room to the upside than to the downside. I think that's the right. Yeah, there's not much more room left to the downside, in my opinion. At least we should bounce. At least we should bounce a bit here when we get rejected, hopefully. And the crypto market is so, guys, that things can change quickly. Things change quickly. As I said, so until October, everything was bullish, right? And then suddenly we turned into a nasty 4 month bear market. But before that, people forget quickly, guys. Before that, we also had a bearish phase. Here, I remember Ethereum had a massive rally, everything was fine, and then we had a bad correction in early 225. Here on USDT, I mean, when this went down, we had a nice rally on Ethereum, and then when this went up, we had some bad, some bad corrections in the market as well, in early to 25. And then again, market turned good when this got rejected. Long story short, yes, we are close here, guys, in March, April, and maybe up to May, we are probably bottoming, hopefully, inshallah. And that is, as I said, in confluence with Bitcoin here, with everything that I explained, with the usual downtrend structure that we have right now. My plan is, as I have shown you guys, price action combined with the trend moving averages, watching the next steps, trade mainly Bitcoin, and also, as Zasha has suggested, I will also check the newly listed coins affected by the market. Hey Sol, good evening, brother. Hope you are good. So yeah, this is my Bitcoin plan for now. Watching this, a bit messy today, but yeah. After this, guys, after this potentially rally up to 71K, as you know, initially I thought 80K is possible, and it's still possible, to be honest. It could also make a fake out up to there. One moment. Yeah, into that supply zone here on the daily. But the more time passes, I think the less likely it gets that it goes up to there. It might get rejected here at the highs again. So I will trade according to that idea that we get rejected somewhere here around 72 in case we go up. So, and then about the low at 60K, below, slightly below 60K, yes, that one could get filled when that happens, guys. So basically a range forming right now here, a bottom range potentially. And once we are here, we might sweep that and then later on retest that. You know, we will have to watch. Nobody can. And this is the EMA that I'm projecting right now. Nobody can say for sure. We don't know the future, guys. But yeah, we consolidate here now. And only question is if we hold here and break out and bottom. As I said, with the USDT dominance chart, it would make sense. Otherwise, we go slightly lower down to 50K. And when that happens, I think that's good enough for, yeah. or a bottom. Then we should see some good things finally. So mid until mid this year, until mid 226, we need a bit more patience. Then, guys, we will finally see some green days again. That's the plan. So, what time is it? 50 minutes left. Again, welcome everyone. Thanks for joining the stream. We just discussed the Bitcoin game plan for the next days. It looks a bit messy, but I think it is clear. Let me remove the EMAs real quick. Basically, currently watching for a break of this resistance and the move up to 67, 68, then a rejection and a bit more consolidation, probably another retest of 62. So basically, still sideways, guys. Nothing interesting. Only interesting for traders, for day traders. Okay. And this is the plan right now. Let me, one moment, let me draw a triangle, a diagonal, I mean. So this would also be in confluence with that if we do a move like this. Yeah. All right, last 15 minutes. I will check charts. Ramadan Kareem, bro, thank you. Uh, First question is Tao by CryptoPumps. Let me check Tao. But brother, honestly, any coin right now, any of the majors, I think it makes no difference if you trade Bitcoin or the DEM. The only difference in altcoins is the outliners, the newly listed ones, and so on, with the smaller market caps. But I think these major coins, they are basically following Bitcoin and Ethereum. You know, Ethereum is also following Bitcoin right now. So that's why these coins probably all will look similar um, with Bitcoin. Yeah, I don't think you will see Ethereum pump when Bitcoin does not pump. You know, they depend on Bitcoin. Yeah, exactly. So we had the resistance there. Now Bitcoin is pumping. That's why Ethereum is also pumping. We we are at potentially resistance here. Yeah, supply zone led to a lower low. So up to here probably gets rejected again. And Tao is also a major coin, brother. It swept this low. EMA wise, one moment. Currently rejecting at the H1 EMA 50. Yeah. As you see, brother, it's at resistance here right now. Although it swept this low, gave a nice reaction, it has. Mm, one moment. It will follow Bitcoin, as I said. And as I said, I am leaning bullish on Bitcoin, that it goes up to 67 first. So what we can see on these coins is also similarly a move up here, a bit more sideways. When Bitcoin then gets rejected at 68 after filling the CME gap, this can also go a bit more sideways. Then when we go to 72K on Bitcoin and so on. So I don't think this coin is necessarily ready, to go make a big move, but it will follow Bitcoin. That's why a move from here, a move up from here is possible, likely. And yes, brother, that's basically it. As Zasha said, the newly listed coins are more interesting, although a bit more difficult to trade because you never know after they got listed how far down they will go. You know, you don't know if the team is selling and so on. That's why it's a bit more difficult to trade the newly listed coins. But they are the best performers and not affected by the market, just like this ESP here, which is up how much? Yeah, it is up 5x or so from the bottom. 4x, actually, not that much. Hype. I checked Hype yesterday, bro. It's also a major coin. I am bullish on Hype because of the situation that we have with the exchange FUD, Binance FUD, which is also still a topic in my opinion. But because the market is so bad, people do not speak about it as much as some weeks ago. But still, DEXs like Hyperliquid are still interesting. And that's why I'm bullish on this Hype coin. As soon as the market turns bullish, this will probably be one of the first runners from the majors. From the majors. So, as I said, the major coins will follow Bitcoin, brother. And this one here is not looking bad right now, although in a supply zone. Although it is in a supply zone that led to a lower low here. One moment. Let me think about it for like 1 minute and check it from an order flow perspective. And most people who bought here at the support got stopped. And even those who bought the... When did I do this long setup? It was already there, right? From before. Anyways. Those who bought the sweep also got swept. And now we had a discount here. And it bounced together with Bitcoin today. Not surprising. Very, very expected. Bitcoin goes up. Yeah, this will follow Bitcoin as well. That means if you now expect a Bitcoin rally up to 68, this will likely rally break the supply zone here, which is not a strong supply zone, by the way. Probably only profit taking, you know, from the shorts. The big guys who shorted higher. When they swept these lows, they took profit. So this zone formed from profit taking, not by placing new trades. They did not place new shorts here. This is only profit taking. When you close shorts from above, guys, as soon as you have enough buy liquidity here after sweeping the lows, what happens is that you form a demand, a so-called supply zone. But it is not a strong supply zone because it did not form from placing new shorts. It formed only from profit taking. Okay? And that's why it's not, we do not consider this zone as a strong zone. Once it breaks this, it probably moves up into here. Bitcoin gets rejected. People will FOMO then into hype, FOMO by it. When they see it goes up here, it will look like a breakout. Then people will FOMO by. And we can draw a reverse diagonal as well, guys. If you have a difference here and you cannot draw a perfect downtrend, sometimes it makes sense, guys, to draw a reverse diagonal by starting from the last one and then draw it up like this. Have you seen it? So I think this could, together with Bitcoin, come up to here. People would then buy it, FOMO buy it, then it probably gets rejected, guys, here somewhere at 29. And then when Bitcoin finds support at the first demand zone that I had shown, is probably also. So we still have chance to buy this, in my opinion. Yeah. And then it could make a actually a breakout. Okay. So it's still a bit early. If you wanted to long this for the next up move, you could do that with a stop, tight stop. Let me check. If you wanted to FOMO buy this right now, for a small move, the stop would have to be, a reasonable stop would have to be below these previous highs. Yeah, high, high. That is support and resistance. So it would have to be below them, guys. And even this is not an invalidation. It could still sweep it and go up. You know, this is the problem with trades like this. They are not really an invalidation, but you have to put a stop somewhere, you know. Otherwise, if you make it like this, it's not a high reward trade. That's the problem. Or you should have bought it here earlier today, then it would have been better, right? It would have been much better. Let's see, we might still get an entry around 27. Uh, I mean, yeah, 26.7, 26.7. Then you can place a stop below 26 and try to hold this up to 29. 25.9. So where I put SL? Break even, bro. Put your SL at break even. Nice. You got a nice entry. I would put my stop below your break even. 26, as I said. Oh, yeah, 26. 1. And also, if it does, if you get stopped, then for you, it will not be a problem. It's break even. You will only lose some profits, bro. You know? Okay, bro. Happy birthday to your wifey, Crypto Pumps. All the best to you guys. And thank you all for joining. Happy that some more people could join at the end. And yes, I will update Bitcoin as good as I can. You're welcome, Matthias. Matthias. Usually your name is written with one H after the T. I see it first time without the H. Matthias. Oh, Argentina. Ah, Argentina, bro. Such a beautiful country, but they burned it down. I'm so sad to see, man, all the burns that the motherfuckers, burnt down your trees. You know who did it, right? Motherfuckers. I hate it, when such beautiful nature is being destroyed. Argentina, one country where I definitely want to go. I still had no chance to visit. No, not yet, bro. Inshallah, when my son gets a bit older, then I go with him once he's a teenager. Inshallah. Yeah, I know, brother. Argentina and the neighboring countries, beautiful, bro. Also beautiful nature, beautiful beaches, and so on. Like paradise, almost. Yeah, also good people. All right, fam. Thank you all for joining. Have a good evening. I love you all. Thank you for the support. As always, take care. See you on the next stream. And also, Sasha, congrats. Congrats, brother. Guys, we have Sasha now in the talent section as he is sharing amazing trades. Those who are in the server as members, make sure to check his trades out, okay? I love his charts. He also has a Twitter account. Bro, make sure to also share your Twitter here in your channel so people can follow you on Twitter. So yeah, congrats, Sasha. Was long overdue, by the way. If I would not be traveling, I would have made it like 1 or 2 weeks earlier. Sorry, but yes, congrats and welcome to the team. Guys, check that out. Sasha from Cyprus is now a trader. All right, good night, everyone. Take care.